The food we eat is a vehicle for really being connected to place and being connected to the natural world out there. We're actually one and the same. We're part of it. We're not separate from. And we have felt that we've been separate from. I think we all know that our current food system is somehow broken. We look at the scale and the size of all the different pieces. The huge processors are absolutely enormous. The huge supermarkets are enormous. We look at that and we get resigned because they're so powerful, they're so huge, they're so ubiquitous that we don't really know how to create a healthy food system from that. Well, we just need to build one and forget all that. We just need to start over again. We're kind of moving back towards a place where we're understanding how connected we are, that we're all really one giant organism here. And eating the kind of food, if it's densely nutritional, highly energized food that has that type of life still in it, is critical to our health. And start with the farms. What's the right size farm? Because that's the piece that's the most important piece. At what scale can food be produced at its absolute best? We need to make as short a path from the farms to the families to the table as we possibly can. We're that missing link. By setting up the system this way, where we're linking directly to families, they know who their farmer is. They know how the food is being produced. They can have a renewed trust in their food supply.
I feel like today in this world, there's so much to be worried about. I have 2 small children. I work, it's a lot to manage, but buying things directly from farmers to you just gives me a lot of confidence that the food that we're putting in our bodies is healthy and that it's coming from a good place. It just makes me feel like I'm being more true to the food as well.
Food just needs to be good and honest. So you do something good not only for yourself by buying very good food, but you also do something for the farmers of Vermont.
And the families know that we're asking them to order consistently. The farmers have these orders that come through every week that are like clockwork. They're the same. It's 220 dozen eggs every single week. It's 250 gallons of milk every week. And they know that they're going to get that order, and they know they can plan their production around that order. We need to go to the core and say, how do we make farming, which is one of the most difficult tasks, one of the most difficult businesses, one of the most difficult occupations to do successfully. These aren't people who are doing it instead of something else. This is it. How amazingly important an occupation that is.
And that's not to say we can't use help. I keep coming back to the financial strain that a farmer is undertaking to scale things up appropriately to serve a customer, knowing that the weather's fickle and you may have a peach crop one year and not the next because of frost. So as consumers, spend a little extra for this connection to their farm and how you're investing in your food system.
I think that families are becoming a lot more inquisitive and wanting to know more about where their food is coming from and how it's produced. Because it's so ambiguous in a lot of respects. What does natural mean anymore? And just because it's organic, does it mean it's good? To understand where your food is being produced fundamentally is the only way to be sure about what you're eating.
I want to eat food being produced by smart, intelligent, joyful, engaged, excited people who have skill and are bringing that skill to bear on growing the food that I put on my family's table. You remember the Willy Wonka story about the ever-changing flavor gum or something, where the longer you chew it, the more flavor you get? Well, that's what it's like with this food, is the flavors are so rich and so deep that there's more. There's even more and more and more. And that's really a sign of well-grown, well-produced food, lovingly produced food. It brings our families together, it brings friends together, and it's a shared experience that we have when we're sitting at the table that is so essential right now.